And welcome back to Bay Sunday. Our next guest is the Executive Director of the Asian American Donor Program, better known as AADP. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to increasing the availability of stem cell donors in the Asian Pacific Islanders and multiracial communities. They fight for those with leukemia, lymphoma, and other life-threatening diseases, and they need your help to ensure that no patient goes without a bone marrow match, particularly in the Asian Americans and other communities of color. Please welcome Carol Gillespie from AADP and Ryan Manasala, did I say it correctly?
Yes.
Who is awaiting a bone marrow transplant. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. And Ryan, first of all, why don't we start with you? How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing pretty good. I was in hospital for 3 months, and now I've been out for 3 months, so it feels great to not.
You're 27, and where are you from?
I'm from San Jose.
San Jose,
Yeah.
and you were just diagnosed the first of the year, right?
Yes, exactly.
And what were you just not feeling good, and you went in?
Yeah, I was getting headaches. I had a high fever earlier that month, and also nosebleeds, which was very uncommon for me. And then so I decided to get a blood test, and then later on that day I found out I had leukemia.
Yeah. Now, your descent, you're Filipino, but you mentioned you've got some Asian blood and some Hispanic blood in you as well.
Right.
And they've gone through the whole world and not been able to find a match just yet,
Yes.
right? And that's where you come in, right,
Yeah,
Carol?
yeah.
Is this story common?
It is very common. And so what we do is we go into the community and help the patients tell their story and hopefully register more people on the national registry.
And that really is the bottom line, getting more
Yep.
people to go in and register.
Right, it's a numbers game. There's 10 million people on the registry right now, but there are only 60,000 Filipinos on the registry. So how are you going to find a donor
Right.
if you need one within that, that number of people?
And you need this, right, to survive.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And let's talk about, going in and trying to become the match. What does that curtail? How's that happen?
It's pretty simple for the donor. All they have to do is fill out a consent form and they swab the inside of their cheek, and I can show you that. Yeah.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So here, Ryan, maybe you'd like to do that.
Yes, sure.
So they just fill out the consent form, which takes about 7 minutes, and then they literally just swab the inside of their cheek, and we take that swab to the laboratory and we identify the antigens and list them on the Be the
Go
Match
ahead, Ryan.
registry.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, so just
Yeah.
the corners of each mouth. So
Yeah.
basically it's like brushing your teeth. So.
You go in,
And,
and then that
that's
goes.
just one of them. That's it. And then you do it 4 times.
And that's
you're
it.
done.
And then we just put it in the little kit here, and we seal it up and we send it to the lab. And so then you're on the registry in a couple of weeks, so about 4 weeks. And then if you match Ryan, then or someone else in the that needs a donor, then we would call you and ask you to come in and donate some blood. And then if you're a match, we'd ask you to donate peripheral blood stem cells or bone marrow, depending on what the patient needs.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And right now, that's the issue, just getting people to come in.
Yeah, like I said, it's a numbers game. And if you're ethnic minority, the chances of you finding a donor are very slim.
And with a lot of biracial marriages and biracial children, that gets it tougher and tougher. I
Oh,
would imagine,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, it's extremely difficult for someone that's mixed race to find a donor. So the earlier you start looking, the better.
Yeah. And you have siblings, but
Yes.
we talked about it. That's not necessarily a perfect match, right?
Nope. 25% chance of matching your sibling. And then going out to cousins and aunts and uncles, it's like going to the general public.
Who's eligible? Can anyone do this?
People between the ages of 18 and 60, although physicians will probably select someone between the age of 18 and 44 because they're the best donor for the patients as we're interested in their recovery. So
The younger the better, I
yeah,
suppose, right?
yeah, exactly. So in no history of cancer, no diabetes, insulin-dependent diabetes, things like that. So in good general health.
And to register, where do you go?
We go everywhere that you live, work, play, and worship.
So you'll come
I will come, yes. Yeah.
and do the swabbing and take it and register them.
You're right. We educate them first, and then we'll register you, and hopefully someday in your lifetime you'll be able to donate your bone marrow or peripheral blood stem cells to someone like Ryan.
And if you're not a match, are there other ways to help out as well?
Sure, yeah. I mean, this all costs money. So it costs $100 to test each individual. So if you're not within the age that we're looking, then maybe you could make a financial donation. We could also use volunteers.
Okay.
For sure.
And Ryan, you wait now, I guess. Is that
Yeah,
it? Well,
yeah.
you wait for more people to come in to see if they're a match?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a waiting game from here.
I mean, that's got to be frustrating.
In some ways, but again, I'm just happy to be out of hospital and still living my life for now.
And are you in a good part of your life right now? Are you getting around okay and all that?
Oh
kind
yeah,
of thing?
definitely. I think the first month was kind of difficult, just transitioning back. But now I'm strong again, and I'm still going out and enjoying food and
Yeah, well,
non-hospital food.
yeah, I bet. But ultimately, you're going to need that bone marrow transplant
Yes,
to,
yes.
to get over the hump. Well, Ryan, we wish you all the best. Good health, and,
Right, thank
and I
you.
hope things come through
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
we
thanks very
appreciate
much.
it. If you'd like more information on the Asian American Donor Program, please visit aadp.org. That's it for this week's Bay Sunday. Back next week with more of the program. So until then, have a good week, everybody. Thanks.